Hello, Acacia. Happy to join you here for a very brief Q2 Acacia chat. Thanks everyone for voting, and yeah, it seemed like after our site visits that a lot of you wanted to skip Q2 in terms of an in-person chat and instead wait till Q3. But a pretty large percent of you, I think 30%, still wanted to do the chat, so we figured that this video edition would be the best way to make everybody happy. So I'm going to go through and try to briefly, kind of explain to you a little bit about what we talked about in our most recent leadership meeting, share some new initiatives with you, and so on and so forth. I'm also going to try to speak fairly quickly and hopefully get this done in about 5 minutes or so. So if I'm looking at my watch, it's just to make sure I'm keeping time. But to get started, once again, we always like to go through our values, especially for new employees who might not have seen or heard of these before. I'm not going to dive really deep into these values this time in efforts of saving a little bit of time, but we're passionate about college students. We're inclusive towards all identities. We're very growth oriented, both in terms of the clients we serve and professionally. We like to have fun. The work we do is tough, so gotta try to laugh when we can. And of course, supporting one another is also a huge value of Acacia's. Also, just wanted to remind everybody of our 4 pillars, kind of the things that we think set us apart and make us really unique from other organizations. The biggest one being that we're college student focused and campus focused. Not a whole lot of groups doing that and doing what we're doing, so really proud to lead the charge there. Try to cut down on the mental health crisis in the country, and then these last 3: accessible, affordable, and convenient. We continue to try to find ways to reach students, wherever they are. And so whether it's reaching them through telehealth, making sure that we are on all of the insurance panels that we can be, and making sure that we're a convenient walk away for those who are accessing our in-person services. Next, just wanted to share a little bit about our vision, give you an update on our 3-year plan. This was something that we updated since the last time we met. So we are still hoping to serve around 20,000 students at the end of the 3rd year. We did drop down our brick and mortar locations to include 10 locations. Part of the reason for that is something that I think we talked about in the site visits, which is that we have a lot of growth we feel like we can do internally at Acacia, and really want to make sure that we prioritize that. There's still students that are sitting on wait lists at our current clinics, so kind of trying to keep up with that before we think about opening somewhere new. And then exciting to think about how many employees we'll have at Acacia in 3 years. We're on pace to have over 500 employees, so we'll have to see where that lands 3 years from now. And then, of course, our big ambitious goal is to serve 250,000 students by the year 2030. That's our 10-year goal that we set back in 2020. So we'll have to see, how close we can get to that. Wanted to go ahead and just review some of last quarter with everybody. To start with, some of our accomplishments. Of course, we're always excited when we can continue serving more students, and this number keeps growing each quarter. So last quarter, we served over 3,700 students. So thank you to everyone who participated in making that possible. We also are excited to welcome 35 new Acacians. So happy to have you all, and Keith and I are actually trying to set up a monthly chat for all of our new employees. So maybe we can try to get some of you in on that. Finally, just looking at a few of our goals that we accomplished last quarter, we did get our diversity committee established. So hopefully you've seen some emails floating around regarding the committee, and excited to see what they come up with this quarter. We did do a headquarters relocation analysis. We looked at potentially moving our headquarters out of Santa Barbara because our lease was due, but with the analysis, we actually did decide that we would be staying in Santa Barbara. So we'll be looking at some new office space this quarter, and hoping to get our new building come the first part of 2022. Finally, we did some other duties, including a front desk job analysis, put together a quality management plan, and also put together the plan for our client hub, which we anticipate launching in August. All right, so now what are we working on in Q2? So you can see a variety of different initiatives that we have planned to work on. I think the biggest two will be those top two. We really appreciate everybody's patience and willingness to learn a new EHR system this quarter. It's always a challenge switching systems. However, the system that we chose, as I think many of you already know, it's a much better system, much more user-friendly. So the thought is that, yeah, there might be a few bumps in terms of getting everything transitioned and learning a new system, but hopefully it'll create a much easier work life for you. So excited to roll that out. And then, kind of going back to the client hub, there's still a lot of work that we need to do. We recently obtained a consultant to help us work through, some of the hiring and training development that we need to initiate this quarter. So yeah, really excited to get that going. We will be meeting with office managers and admin and also directors to make sure that we can implement that successfully, and making sure that we're thinking of all the various issues that come up. Let's see here. I think that is where I will stop there in efforts of time, but if you have any questions about any of these wonderful initiatives here, feel free to reach out. And finally, a big part of our leadership meeting that we spend a lot of time on is kind of looking at, what are some current challenges in the organization? What are some just issues that we have to figure out? So I'm not going to go over all of these, but I will kind of talk a little bit about the ones highlighted in yellow. The first one being to solidify our clinic growth, associate director positions, and other promotional plans. As our offices continue to grow, we realize that we're going to need more help, and needing to hire associate directors for certain offices when they reach a certain size, and then also just thinking on what other growth opportunities can we achieve within our offices, whether it's new services, or any other ways that we can commit to those promotions. So, we always want to help our clinicians diversify their caseload and make sure that we're growing internally. The second one is kind of a piece of that, which is our Medi-Cal training program. I think I spoke a lot about this in our previous site visits, but we continue to develop that model and have some ideas as to how we might push that forward. Make sure that we can have a lot of you that are interested in supervision and conducting that training, that you can be a part of that. We discussed a little bit about the name of our telehealth program. We previously referred to this as Reach, but we are looking at adjusting that as it becomes a little bit confusing to our customers, to our clients, to providers, so on and so forth, when they navigate on the website and look at those telehealth program names. So we're going to be looking at that a little bit more as well. And then finally, chat a little bit more about the diversity in clinicians' caseloads. We realize that one way to keep our clinicians happy is to make sure that they do have that diversity in their work. And at the same time, it's really challenging for us because we do operate on really tight margins, and we know how many sessions we need each of our clinicians to do in order to break even. So we're continuing to explore other ways that we can do that, and yeah, we have some good ideas. I'm actually conducting a service business case analysis that I should be wrapping up with this quarter. So hopefully that'll help kind of decide what we're going to push forward and provide that diversity in clinicians' work. You can see a bunch of other things on here as well. Again, if any of these things interest you, feel free to reach out and I can talk more about those. But in efforts of saving time and creating a somewhat short video, I will go ahead and move on. And yeah, finally, just wanted to say thank you. Hopefully this video was informative yet fast and kept everybody's attention. But yeah, really appreciate everybody's hard work in Q1. Excited to see this EHR transition in Q2, and yeah, hopefully we'll have another really strong quarter. Please feel free to reach out if you have any additional questions or thoughts. appreciate you bearing with me in this one take video that I'm trying to do here, as my little girl and wife just walked in the door. So I don't know if you can hear that or not, but thank you, and hope to see you all again in Q3. All right, take care.